Cern, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, has been at the forefront of cutting-edge research in the field of particle physics in recent years. It is home to the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC, which is the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator. Experiments are being carried out at Cern with the purpose of discovering answers to some of the universe's most perplexing questions, such as the beginnings of matter, the nature of dark matter, and the Higgs boson. However, CERN scientists recently did something that has some people in the scientific community, as well as the general public, worried and even scared. This action came about as a result of the CERN scientists' own actions. They made the announcement that for the first time ever, atoms of antimatter had been successfully produced and contained in a container. This accomplishment marks a significant turning point in the field of particle physics and has the potential to pave the way for new scientific findings and technological advancements. However, as a result of this, concerns have been voiced regarding the ethical and safety consequences of antimatter research. Antimatter is a substance that is made up of antiparticles, which are fundamentally the same thing as regular particles, but in a reversed form. When matter and antimatter collide, they destroy one another and unleash a tremendous quantity of energy in the form of light and heat. This process is known as annihilation. Because of this property, some people are concerned that the production and utilization of antimatter could result in negative consequences or even a catastrophe. The production of antimatter is an extremely difficult process that calls for high-level expertise, as well as specialized tools and methods. An antiproton and a positron, which is the antiparticle of an electron, were used by researchers at CERN's antiproton decelerator, AD, to produce antihydrogen atoms. An antiproton is the antimatter counterpart of an electron. After that, these atoms were encased in a magnetic field, which prohibited them from colliding with regular matter and being destroyed. This kept them from being destroyed. Important steps forward have been taken in the study of particle physics with the successful production of antihydrogen atoms and their subsequent capture. It gives researchers the opportunity to conduct more in-depth research on antimatter and opens the door to the possibility of putting fundamental physics principles such as the rule of symmetry and the conservation of energy to the test. It also has the potential to be used in fields such as medical imaging and the treatment of cancer patients. Nevertheless, the production of antimatter gives rise to significant concerns regarding the ethical and safety consequences of the development. The possibility of antimatter being unintentionally released into the surrounding environment is a significant cause for concern. If antimatter were to come into contact with regular matter, the result could be a cataclysmic discharge of energy, which would result in widespread destruction and the loss of many lives. If antimatter were to be used as a weapon, it could lead to unprecedented levels of destruction, potentially making nuclear weapons seem like child's play in comparison. Concerns of a serious ethical nature have been raised in relation to the responsibilities that scientists have when it comes to the creation and investigation of technologies that have the potential to have such catastrophic effects because of the possibility of using antimatter as a weapon. Last but not least, there is the worry that the production of antimatter might have unforeseen repercussions for both the health of humans and the environment. It is possible that the release of antimatter into the environment could have unanticipated and detrimental effects on ecosystems and the health of living organisms. Although the long-term effects of antimatter on the environment are not yet fully understood, it is possible that the release of antimatter into the environment could have these effects. In spite of these worries, the production of antimatter and the investigation of it continue to be significant areas of research in the subject of particle physics. Scientists at CERN and other research institutions around the globe are working to develop new technologies and applications based on their discoveries as they gain a better understanding of the properties of antimatter. It is essential for scientists to conduct antimatter research in a responsible and cautious manner in order to address the concerns regarding the potential for harm and the ethical implications of their findings. This includes taking measures to ensure that the production of antimatter and the handling of antimatter are done in a safe and secure manner, as well as putting appropriate safeguards in place to prevent the unintentional release or misuse of antimatter. Additionally, it is essential for researchers to participate in public discourse and education on the ethical repercussions of their work, as well as the potential drawbacks and advantages of their findings. This includes having a conversation about the advantages and disadvantages of conducting research on antimatter, the possible applications of antimatter, and the safeguards that have been put in place to prevent accidents and inappropriate use. In addition, there needs to be continuous investigation into the effects that antimatter will have over the long term on both the health of humans and the environment. This research ought to be carried out in an open and honest manner, and the conclusions ought to be communicated to the general public and to those responsible for formulating public policy. The development of international regulations and guidelines for the creation and handling of antimatter is one potential solution to the concerns regarding the safety and ethical implications of antimatter research. These regulations and guidelines aim to ensure that antimatter is created and handled in a responsible manner. To achieve this goal, an international regulatory body to oversee research on antimatter and ensure that appropriate safety and ethical standards are reached could be established. One additional approach that could be taken would be to confine the production and utilization of antimatter to highly regulated settings, such as those found in specialized research institutions, while at the same time enabling scientists to carry out vital research in the field of particle physics. This would make it easier to avoid the unintentional release and misapplication of antimatter. In conclusion, the creation of antimatter and the successful capture of that antimatter by scientists working at Cern is an important accomplishment in the field of particle physics. It has the potential to lead to new discoveries and technologies, some of which could have significant consequences for our understanding of the universe and our ability to address some of the most pressing challenges that the world is currently facing, such as the treatment of cancer and the production of energy. Nevertheless, the production of antimatter gives rise to significant concerns regarding the ethical and safety consequences of the development. When conducting research on antimatter, scientists have a duty to act responsibly and with extreme caution. This duty requires them to devise suitable safeguards, engage the public in conversation and instruction about the potential drawbacks and advantages of their work, and develop appropriate safeguards. In the end, collaboration and conversation between scientists, policymakers, and members of the general public will be necessary in order to ensure the accountable and ethical development of antimatter research. We will not be able to guarantee that the production and utilization of antimatter will be secure, risk-free, and advantageous to all parties involved unless we engage in communication that is open and honest. Let us know your thoughts on antimatter and Cern's latest experiments in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe to our channel and be the first to know when we post new content.